Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo! Hey everybody, Greg here. And Ref said you had some math questions and we're curious about that positron beam thing. I think it's so cool, man. It's so rad, but you know, what's it do? And yeah, we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna break it down and explain if is it worth it. Like if you get anything, man, you know, just it feels like sometimes you just spend money in the game and you know, where does it go? And we're gonna talk about it. So if you don't know what we're talking about, it's this right here, the positron phaser, man, and it's $100, which is like so many wings from chickens. But $100 and you could get this frame, TNG projectile frame. I don't know what this has to do with the next generation, but it's TNG. And then you get the shards you need and right at 30,000 Latin for $100. Now, thing is, this crazy phaser, man, it actually does some damage, like massive damage, so much damage.
Hey everybody, sorry about that. That's my cousin Greg. He's weird. He spends too much time in DJ's music room. He's really out there. But anyway, I do want to talk about the positron phaser because many of you have been asking me, is it worth purchasing? Or is it worth grinding for in terms of events? Or, you know, what does actually it do? So we know what these cosmetics are and how they've kind of been designed. And I think that having cosmetics is completely fine. I actually really enjoy the look of some of these. And look, if you want to get it, get it. But I think you should know exactly what you're getting when you dive into this. So like Greg said, it does give a 10% boost. Now, what does that 10% actually look like in the game? And you have to understand the math behind the game to really get an idea of what's going on. And for an FYI, for those who are curious, yes, with the help of Hugo, Order to Chaos, and Ripper did figure out what was causing the issues that we were having last week when it came to calculating the damage. But we're going to hold that close to the vest for a while. But let's talk about this positron phaser and how it works. You see it in the store now. Then, of course, you've got all these leaderboards, and then you've got the event store that you can currently grind for. But it's got a pretty massive $100 price tag. And as Greg did properly point out, if you've got an officer bonus of, say, 270, 300, or whatever percent, it's the same idea as this. So this bonus is going to work on top of that. So it's not actually like increasing the amount of your base number. It's simply working with the base to go along with all your other multipliers. So a great example is, if you remember way back in the day, and when I mean way back in the day, when you first started playing the game. Now, some of you might have been playing relatively recently, so maybe you're not that new. So this might come as a, oh, that makes sense. But if you remember at the very beginning of the game, the first prime that you can unlock is actually for free. If you don't remember which one that is, well, let me show you. Bust over to my level 17 account on server 63. Almost ready to go up to level 18 now, which means, hey, North Star time? Maybe. But if we go to the combat tree, you remember prime damage, the very first one you start getting access to and offers for 100% bonus to base weapons damage. Now, what I find funny here, find funny here is that even though that prime doesn't give you any cosmetic boosting or anything, value-wise, Scopely is basically saying that prime is worth 10 times less than the projectile. And why do I say that? Because if I come down here, here's your prime damage research you get offered at the low levels, $10. Now, keep in mind that prime does not cost any uncommons. You can literally use Latinum to get it, and you can use dilithium, because that's the main thing that you need. So you can actually use the Latinum to pay for the dilithium, or to actually just get the dilithium through like battle passes and stuff. Everybody around 10, 11, 12 should have that prime done. Now, my first playthrough of the game, I actually didn't, but resources were a lot harder to procure in late 2018, early 2019. I'm not making it up. I mean, I didn't have prime damage until probably like level 17 or 18 in my first playthrough. Granted, we were all learning the game, but that is a 100% ship damage modifier booster. And we're talking about the positron beam being, well, not that at all. We've got the positron beam being a 10% booster. Now, You are getting a cosmetic edition here I mean, it looks good. I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't. I like the idea of it. I will say that the refractive beam doesn't look as good as I want because it's mostly just red, and that was an issue for me. This one is another red one, though the actual like texture of it is a little bit different. And if you're into cosmetics, sure, it's good. But I think you should know what you're getting for $100, and you're not getting something that's going to significantly increase the damage that your ship is outputting. To do a brief reminder of how that works, you go to your weapons. So like, for example, this kinetic obliterator weapon. Now this is very high, and you're going to take the minimum damage it can do and the max damage. Now if you haven't maxed it out, you need to subtract these numbers because it's showing you what it'll be when you upgrade it. But you subtract these and then take the min max, and you're going to multiply all your percentages. So you've got everything in the research tree. Don't forget, things like the away missions that have new researches. You've got territory stuff that you've got to include, and buildings. You've got 2 buildings that boost your weapons damage. You've got the shuttle bay, and then you've got your actual ops level. Then you've got a litany of researches depending on which ones you've researched and what you're attacking. Then you've got territory bonuses if those apply, officer bonus, and then finally any type of cosmetics you've done. So depending on the player, you could have a 400% bonus or a 1000% bonus. It really varies based on your level, research, and everything else that is currently going on. So like right now, this auger has a 270% attack bonus. So that is going to boost our weapons damage. And that is what you're playing on with the positronic phaser. So just think of it this way. You're 280 now. Is it an increase? Yes. Is it a significant increase that's worth a lot of value? Well, that's kind of up to you. Personally, I don't think that it has a lot of value to purchase, but I do think it's a really cool feature of the game. We have all asked. I mean, DJ was with me at the very beginning, and no one shall, and the moderator, well, some of them, who wanted cosmetics to have an effect. Now, not everybody agrees that, avatars and stuff should have that. Yeah, I still love you, Ripper. But, having some of these cosmetics have an effect, I think is a nice addition to the game. So that is what you're getting here. So if you're going through an event and you're looking for things that maybe are worth going after, this could be something that sets you apart in game visually, as well as maybe just enough to get you over some small hump. And maybe if you're going against a player who is equal to you in every way, that 10% matters enough for you to conquer them and dominate over their poor little ship and bases. And if that's what you're looking for, well, you can have it. So until then, here are your rare projectile shards, epic shards, and as the devs pointed out, and we talked about this a few days ago, you're getting both of these. So you're getting the refractive beam and these epic projectile shards, assuming what they said was true. But you're getting both sets here for these change. So I think it's cool. I think it's great. Go for it if you want to. If not, don't. But now you know exactly how it works and what it does in the game. And hopefully that helps you make good game decisions. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. Live long and prosper. Stay safe with the Space Cowboys. Say hello to my buddy Greg the next time you see him. He's a crazy cousin, but everybody's got crazy family members. So we love him. Is what it is. Y'all be good now, you hear? We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces, that's me. Bye.
I would like to request to Scopely to add more Klingons to the game. That is what I was told to do, and so I am doing it. Which, is not maybe the best thing as a leader to just do what you're told, but it seems like a good request to make to add more Klingons. Everything is better with Klingons, am I right? I am right, because I'm a Klingon. Klingon mach tach judge. We are Klingons, let it remain. All right, Laurel's on a roll today. She's very excited.
An even better outro than the intro. Yeah! Woo! Old song, just a drop of water in the endless sea. All we do crumbles to the ground, though we refuse to see. Dust in the wind, boo, boo. All we are is dust in the wind. Bam, bam. Oh, hey everybody. I'm just getting ready for some grooving in DJ's music room. You should check it out. Awesome tunes, man. It's good stuff. Cool. Fancy intro music, yeah! Woohoo!